and black conscious and black radical groups. It is the government behind all that stuff. They get the white people first. So when the white people was into this Ruby Ridge and all of this particular place thing, they was into it before us. So now they're getting the scrutiny behind it, and now they're coming after black people. And all this white militant groups, a few months down the road, it's going to be white, black conscious groups. What's that? But the IRS laws themselves, you read their code, they tell you that the IRS books and codes themselves tell you that you don't pay tax.
It's easy to qualify. 99% of tax debt will get
but see, the thing about it is this here, though. But you got to realize this about it, though, too. You got to understand what this country is. This country is not a democracy. This country is not a country that stands by the laws of what it does. This is a totalitarian government. It says this. First of all, we don't go by the laws that we write. And whatever law we deem fit to put on your ass, we have the military and we have it to back it up, and it has nothing to do with logic, rationale, or nothing. You see, you don't understand the government. They can say what they want. And yes, based on the stuff that they was talking, the reason why it could go so far into the reparations is because the stuff is right. You're right. Everything that the black people was trying to do, they was legally doing it the right way. But what they didn't realize is this government, that doesn't apply to this particular government. That only applies to the elite. And first of all, based on the Million Man March, like I told you the last time, based on the Million Man March, when they counted those 100,000 out of a million, your Million Man March, the government was telling you that they were right. They was trying to tell you based on their laws, they were still under the control of a human being. So when they counted, when they saw a million people, and they counted 400 and 700,000, they were saying in actuality, based on their laws, even though there was a million people in the body, based on the laws, they were from damn human beings. So therefore, the law applied to you. You see what I'm saying? Black people keep thinking that this white man is failed based on what he says. This white man don't go by his laws whatsoever. This is a man that has 2 million black people in concentration camps to be triple that. Now prisons, concentration camps, 2 million right now. And the reason how they can pull this thing off is, and you know the government is the one that put out the King Apple Plan. Yes, the King Apple Plan is right. This is the thing, you gotta understand the science. Everything is on the King Apple Plan is right. Nobody gonna lock up in concentration camps. But the government put it out. Now why is this? The whole world and everything is based on what the government is going to do in the future. As long as they keep you looking into the future, they can do it now. So they've been doing it for the last 5 years. Last 10 years. And you still looking for the government. And it's coming to screen and lock you down. But this is not called action. You see what I'm saying? You can't so any logic as far as righteousness, you can't apply that to the beast. And that's what they get. That's why they get caught up. That's why black media got caught up. They got caught up in a law. And they didn't understand that this man is the damn devil. It has nothing to do with laws. It has nothing to do with righteousness. Anytime the cracker can kill all the owners of the land and still talk about American people, let you know that he's a Soviet man.
everybody. I'm going to welcome every person, place, and thing in existence. Y'all already know how I get it in on the Nate the Great Facebook and YouTube streaming type of situation, don't you? You shall receive it of the cup. That means you're going to get some nice juice tonight. You're going to get some correct, proper, and right information. Ain't that what we want in existence? Huh? Who don't want right knowledge? You could come up and sit in front of the monastery today. Huh? If you don't like proper, true, right information, then Dr. Nate would like for you to come sit up front today. That's where you're supposed to be. The enlightened ones, the people that already know what I'm talking about, and just as advanced as me in intelligence, they can sit in the back of the monastery. You don't need to be up front with me. We don't need to be close up. The only thing you need to be doing is playing your part as an enlightener. I want to welcome every person, place, and thing in existence. You who is viewing on Facebook, and you who are viewing on this here YouTube. Because we streaming both tonight. This is Saturday, turn up, right? Review and special reading. There's no script. There's no specific idea that I came with. Saturdays normally, I'm just going to be on a flow mode. It's called a flow mode. We're going to have a nice fluidity of rightness just for this period of time of being with Nate the Great. Maybe your day has been hectic. You've been in a chaotic world. Satan and his conglomerate was around you all day. And now it's time for you to wind down. And maybe you want to hear something different than what P. Diddy or Trump or the WHO or what the airplane people was doing, you know, or what the UFOs are doing out there, and what the mermaids are doing in the ocean. And I mean, like, it's all types of stories going on the planet today. You know, you could pretty much turn on a YouTube channel and listen to somebody talk about Godzilla and King Kong fighting over in Australia in the Amazon jungle somewhere. Like, is it factual? This is what we get at. And not only is it factual, how is it helping and benefiting me to make me great? The whole idea and perspective of me being in existence is to become great, people. I can prove it. Just study all religions. Study what Jesus wrote. Study what Muhammad was talking about. Study what Buddha is talking about. People ask that question all the time. When you got intelligence, this, that thing, the other, how is it benefiting you? Well, first of all, I hope you're not looking that the reason for people having intelligence is so that they can make money. Because you're confused already, and then we got to start from another angle so that I could just get you out of that depth of darkness that you're in. Because to have knowledge of self, it has nothing to do with money at all. In fact, knowledge of self is the highest form of currency, which is energy that's circulating in our universe, if you ask me. That's just my opinion, and I'm entitled to one. Just like Shakespeare, Plato, and Socrates was. Talk to me. Or just sit in the monastery and take notes. I hope everybody bring their pencil and their paper or got your cell phone out where you can start doing recording, right? Well, nowadays, you can just push record, have another object next to you, and just hit record. And it'll just be, something that you have always around you at all times, and you can use your phone for other things in existence. You know what I'm talking about? But the main thing is that the good thing is let's take a break for a second. We're gonna let some people get on the airwaves because I don't want nobody to miss this information here. I don't care if you're working for whatever entity in the universe. It don't matter to me who you work for. The important thing is that you get this information. They're going to get it. Never mind your colleagues and your friends and other individuals in existence. They got their own journey to experience. All right, so let's take this break. And we're going to let some more of these creatures get signaled in. Because remember, everything vibrates. I need you to understand that. We done lost our lighting, so let me get the lighting back up for us. Yeesh. Take the break. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Got an idea. Right? Where's the remote to the looking for the remote to the PlayStation. apologize. I'm the type of individual that multitasks. I could do a billion things at one time, and I try to add on as much as possible. But at the same time, I want to be sure to get you the proper and the most comfortable, soothing information that you're supposed to have at this present point in time, which is 2025 according to the Gregorian calendar, not taking in consideration of no other timeline, just that timeline right here on Turtle Island. You know, the timeline that's encapped inside the ice walls, okay, of what they tell you is Antarctica, okay? Now, we're going to get busy. We're going to drop this juicy, sassy information for Saturday. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to go back to this. All right, so let's look at a few ideas before I do the reading. Some ideas that that comes to my mind before I ever do a stream. Like all day, you know, and I want to say something too about multitasking. Remember, people, as below, so above. If you're multitasking here on planet Earth, check, then you can multitask in the spiritual realm. Where you say, well, Nate, how do I multitask in the spiritual realm? What is multitasking in the spiritual realm? First of all, you got to go ask yourself and come up with an answer. And let that be the first initiative beginning of what you're going to grow into what we know as knowledge being infinite. Because I could tell you anything, and then somebody else will come along and tell you something else. I might tell you multitasking to me in the spiritual realm or in the macro plane is occupying more than one avatar. You see? You do it here in the physical plane, and you know how you know that you do it in the physical plane? Not only can you do it in your bedroom or in your house, people. You ever heard the ideology that there's somebody on the other side of the world that looks like you? What do they mean? What does it mean that somebody else is on the other side of the world? Are you talking about outside the ice walls and like Agathar or where Abelberg was talking, or like, I mean, like what point is the other side of the world? And what if you ran into this individual that looks like you on the other side of the world? Come on now. You ain't got to go far to see somebody that look like you on the other side of the world. People, y'all know it got to be a catch to that. All you got to do is go to the goddamn same school or the job that you work at, and there's a nigga right there that look just like you. Ain't talking about on the other side of the world. I could find somebody in the neighborhood that look just like her. Just like her. Same bang, bang, bah, bah, bah. They even got the same hair. You know what I'm talking about? So what is actually being expressed is that people, don't forget, you are gamma rays frequency of light rays. And so to occupy, whether it be a turtle, an elephant, a fish, a squirrel, it got to be some energy. And guess what? Because energy doesn't die, we're going to learn today. Make sure you hit your heart button. Go get your grandpop so he can hear what I'm talking about. And I said grandpop. Grand means he's the superior in the family. That's why I need his attention here in my monastery. Your family is only strong as your weakest link. You hear me? So all you people who think you gurus and you tough, and you some sages, whether it's spiritual or physical, mental. If you got somebody that's out here and they running around like a monkey, thinking and talking, that don't mean you got work to do. That just means you need to stay away from them because they're not growing. You thought what? You supposed to run around to the family and save them? It's not that type of party. What do you look like, a religion? It's not about religion, people. The only person that can save that weak link in your family is the individual themselves. I could be an example for him or her. So stop thinking that you're going to find God outside of yourself. There's no such a thing. There's never been no one, people. And you can go get any great scholar, teacher, thinker, or guru. You can go get your teacher. And I'll prove to your teacher that the only place they're going to be saved is as if they touch base with the true essence of the self. Well, you want to go get the Pope? He's going to say it sounds feasible. Same thing Elijah Muhammad said, that he's been stated as the most powerful individual in the wilderness of North America. Why can't I be powerful? Why it got to always be this one man, this one individual? This person is to be the one hero in the wilderness of North America to save the people. Is it any ever? Tell me, if that's the case, is there ever going to be a messenger, a prophet, or anyone that's here to save the Puerto Rican people? Huh? Come on, talk to me. Is there anyone ever going to come and save the white people? They in trouble too. Them people hurting too. They're going through the same crazy, monotonous, if not worse, scenarios in existence as everybody else. Shout out to the people. My heart go out to these families that's dying, or let's say not dying, but unaliving themselves. If you've been paying attention to the bouncing of the ball, there's been a lot of transitioning in threes. Oh, y'all ain't been paying attention. Why? Because you're working too hard. That's why you're supposed to be getting your grandpa and sitting down and letting him hear this shit. You ain't gonna hear it nowhere else. You can't even go to a lodge on Thursday and hear this shit that I'm gonna give you. Unless you pay for it. Now, you know what I mean? You pay for it. They're gonna go on and give you your goddamn emblem or whatever. But nobody give me mine. That's why I can't accept that. Oh, I appreciate your idea and your sincere, feelings about me gaining knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But like, I'm the authority and governor while I'm here on earth. And if nobody don't like it, then oh well, I'll go stand in the corner. Nobody told you mess with me. I don't need you. You could do bad by yourself. I could do great by myself. Remember, God's ways aren't your ways. That's what you say. So because you taught me well, I have to speak well. And those who speak well eat well. What makes fingernail hair grow? Huh? And yeah, ain't that be the energy? Huh? You want to do bad by yourself. Your whole programming is a programming to keep you from being empowered. I will tell Umar Johnson that, and he gonna say, yes, sir. Talk dark to me if you like. You scared? I'll turn the light on for you. The hotel, motel down the street there. So if you're scared, I'll keep the light on for you. If I can't keep the light on for you, you might need to go get yourself a gorilla. That's if you're scared. If you're scared, but if you real scared here on Earth and in America and what Trump and them going to do, you might want to go get an 8. Keep it, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna mess with you with this 8 behind you. Huh? Y'all would like to sit and talk at the table today, won't you? Everybody pulling up a chair today. They see that big ass black 8 behind me. See, I'm just taking it easy right here while I'm on Earth teaching the people. Because I don't want to scare you too much. But let these motherfucking aliens come out the sky. These UFOs that everybody believing in. Oh, you gonna see. Why you think they not showing up? Y'all, all they do is talk on social media. UFO, I seen somebody flying. Can somebody give me a picture of this nigga flying around in the ship? You got good courage. I done seen somebody take their phone and go straight to the moon. I could damn near see a roach taking a shit on the moon, people. I seen it on Facebook. So don't tell me you can't get a picture where you got tinted windows. Does the UFO have tinted windows? That's all I want to know. If you got tinted windows, that might be, you can get a pass. Because then you can say, well, Nate, we ain't never got a chance to take a picture of the motherfucker because we can't see him ourselves. He got beyond limo tint. Y'all people, yo, I'm going to upgrade my grade of marijuana if this be the case, because I'm telling you, if a UFO could come out the sky and invade you, our superheroes is going to have to manifest. See, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share this little secret on social media, right? And I'm not supposed to do this, so they may take this down. But what the fuck? You know what, Taurus? We always got to spoil the plan and fuck it up as you think, but in the long run, it's best. People, you could take all medication and vaccinations and use it for empowerment. Don't go tell Anthony and them this, please. Cause they already know, and believe me, this is being recorded straight to the mainframe of all, like, the presidents and everybody's third TV circular. You know how some people got different TVs in their house? Like me, I got like 4 or 5 screens in front of me for different things. I'm watching football. Y'all call it soccer in America. I got my visual of Facebook, what's going on, what you saying. I got visual of everything. Xbox is on, and getting ready for my Madden game that I got to get in. Look, information coming through. Shout out to Cash. Yeah, shout out to you, Cash. Peace, love, and light. See, I see what's going on in the universe. I'm a universal type of nigga. You gotta understand this, y'all. And you know nigga is NGUS, Nagas, that of the ancient time where we was reigning and ruling. We still reigning and ruling, but it's just on a lesser level right now. And I'm just here to help you see. I'm going to empower you whether you want it or not. You're going to have to be empowered. Let me do my advertisement for the best water company. My opinion, next to Fiji. Where we at with the sound? Oh, there we go. All right. Make sure you get you some of this. This is important to be drinking, people. Why? It states that it's volcanic water that originates in Hawaii. And Hawaii's as both snow melt and rain on the Preston summit of the active Mauna Loa volcano, one of the purest environments on Earth. Why not drink this? Who been to college? Right? We gotta talk to somebody who's intelligent. Dude, I don't want to speak to nobody that intelligent. Somebody, I don't. Somebody already get a dumb answer. Oh, it's too expensive. I can't afford it. You got the latest clothes on. You got all that good hair in your house. You eating well. Spending $25, $35 a night platters out at Jamaican D's. You don't talk about lobster. You all at Denny, AC and things of Vegas, out there in Nevada. I see you. But you can't drink the best goddamn substance that's known, that they say that's good for you. I don't even drink 8 ounces of this shit a day. I don't even think Dr. Sebi did. That's a little quite bit too much. You ever try it? After drink one of these, I'm not going to stop. I can't even get a message across. You know what I'm talking about? Let me set my lighting a little brighter. Set the lighting a little brighter, y'all. You're going to need some more light. You're going to need some more light. How's that? Yeah, it is. What is the required amount? Hey, Google, which one of these phones could give me a message? What is the required amount of water that a human being should drink a day? .5 cups, but it says fluid for men. It says fluid. She didn't say water. Let's see something. How much water should a human being contain a day? How much water should I drink a day? God damn it. Okay. Listen to this, people. This is going to be shocking. Most people need about 4 to 6 cups. So as we can see, our health is improving. What should I say? The information about our way we should be existing, right, which is our health, is improving. It's changed. It states here that there is no one size fits all answer, as fluids needs varying among individuals. See, that wasn't explained in the 1900s. So that means everything has to be revised. I tell you all the time, you can't bring no 1971 Ford Mustang manual to help me fix my 2025 Ford Mustang. You can't bring no 1964 manual. I'm working on the AC. Don't you know there was no AC? You can't even go to the book of contents and open up and find AC. So what makes you think you're not going to upgrade your spirituality? You're going to upgrade everything else in existence. Your bathroom, your basement, your hairdo, your fingernails. You're going to put a bed. You want a shower in the bathroom down the basement now. You want a new car. You even got a new position at work, people. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Huh? But you don't want to upgrade your spirituality? Shame on you. All right. So at this time, let's talk about health. So let's jump into health. I was gonna, like I said, it wasn't nothing planned. So since we didn't really have nothing on the script, I'm ready. And I did think about the Book of Wisdom, but I'm not gonna go there. You know where we want to go? Because we're talking about health, and health is important. You know, one of my favorite things to talk about in existence. I could talk every second and all day is for the rest of my remaining time appearing here on life about health. Because tomorrow is going to be a better subject. I'm going to bring a better new views and ideas for us when it comes to our health, right? Before I read, we do want to cover the rest of these ideas that I wrote down throughout the day. Like I said before, I'll come and do these streams. The other one is one have to grow into this goddess concept. All right. Keep that in mind. A lot of people may want to revert back to being human and indulging in religion. And I know these things happen because of how difficult the journey is, how difficult this road is. I'm an individual who teach from experience. Okay? I don't teach from what I sat in front of somebody and learned from books. I don't teach to regurgitate something that's already been revealed. This is what makes great teachers. When you can 1 year, take a subject, take an idea, take a theory, and revise it, evolve it, recreate it. So yeah, I definitely want to get some energy out here to Cash. All right. I don't want to forget Calvin Strange Crippen. Okay. It's the ideas. So yeah, you got to grow so you got to grow, and you grow by trusting in yourself, staying sincere, staying truthful to yourself. Yeah. Being open-minded, be willing to listen to anything that's coming into existence. You know, I got the idea that I could never be bored. And you know why? Because I don't know everything. So that means that there's always going to be room for improvement mentally. It's always going to be the ability for me to go do something that I don't know nothing about. Yep. So I stay open-minded, willing to, even if I remember, information is not for me to agree on it. Information is not for me to accept it. Information is not meant for me. For it to be a part of me, my way of thinking. Y'all get it all twisted. That's why you fear information. That's why you fear other things. You think that you got to make it a part of you. No, you just got to be knowledgeable about it so that you could be powerful. In fact, after you learn all that what I wrote and he and she wrote, then now you're supposed to write your part so I could read it. You see how this works? So we should be becoming great in our thinking, in our speaking, and in our actions. In that order. If Muhammad Ali, and so far as I've heard, he's been the only individual who has made it clear that he was the greatest. Why can't I do the same thing? In fact, I'm led to think that Muhammad Ali was telling us a message that we all should be considering ourselves as being great, but because of the power he was around, he couldn't quite come out and put it like that. What do you think? Huh?
And that's what we gotta understand. There is no law. And the reason why we can't understand is because that TV is fucking us up. I'm gonna tell you another thing. They knew, first of all, they said that the people who was born before TV, they got a better perception on things.
He said the people that was born before TV has a better perception on things. People, get your paper and your pen out now. Pencil and paper, cell phones and recording devices. We moving on here. We dropping jewels. We're gonna play a little bit, have some fun. We don't want to make it all too serious. So we're gonna, have a little mental stimulation and laughter with it. But for the most part, I'm doing everything strategically, and it's gonna be like real quick and fast. Remember, Jesus coming like a thief in the night. That means you ain't gonna know I'm here. I done took everything, I done robbed you of all your goods and replaced it and put you something better in existence and rolled out. Okay? We want to look at it like that. Because remember, keep in mind, people, great works that Jesus said that he does. But guess what? Greater works you should be doing. Oh my goodness. I can't make this up, y'all. You better go ask your reverend, your pastor. They don't want to talk to me about that, do they? Because that means you won't be have to come in every Sunday sitting in the pew, listening to somebody teach you how to be good and what you should be doing and proper etiquettes and ethics. And as long as you can't do for yourself, of course I'm gonna be harnessing all your currency, whether it's physical or spiritual. I'm gonna pass the brass bowl. Pass that. Pass that. Hey, my man, you missed it. Excuse me, you missed it, sir. Lock the doors. Lock. God damn it, my man don't want to give up. Excuse me, sir. Is that a Rolex? Oh, your wife bought that for you. Well, sweetheart, you got to drop another little package in there for him. It's two people here. Two people occupying that seat. He talking about, oh, we donate. She dropped nothing. I didn't see. She drops it. What did you do, sir? You need to be paying your tithes. Why? Because I'm empowering you. That's why I never asked you for a donation. You don't see me ever sending you my cash app. Are you kidding me? Do I look like I need you to cash at me some goddamn money, man? Seriously, people, let's put all jokes and business aside. Just the best I can do, hustle a couple cents out of you. You can't keep my lights on. I got too many air conditioners running. You can't pay my heating bill. I like it hot. He talking about send me a little donation, a little thing, help me out, keep the light on. If everybody send $1, we got 78,000 people in here. If everybody send $1, I could go ahead and do my laundry. Nigga, with $78,000, you could do more than your laundry. Stop playing. It ain't funny. There's people out here, and they get that from the pastors. The same hustle. They just now sit on social media, sit in their room or whatever. And trust me, it's a good idea. It's creative. You got the females, they exposing everything that the man love. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they getting paid and never even have to leave the house. Shit. Don't you know them type people, they can now get everything delivered? All they gotta do is just set a little studio up in the background and perform for you. So trust me, I understand. But listen, people, by all means, I don't need you in the physical plane. I don't need your help. We don't need to be conversating. I'm not here to help you. I'm just here to help you sit. I'm not here to donate to you, and you're not here to donate to me. I'm here to make you mentally free. That's it. If you don't want to be mentally free, then go follow you. Then go find somebody to follow. Go get you a leader. Wait, I put my money on Trump. If I was a human and I was in the world, I'll lead, you know what I mean? You got individuals who think Trump is the Messiah. And there's other individuals that's mad at that. You probably didn't even know that, did you? Yeah. It's that deep. They wasted maybe 4 years of their life. People, listen to this. You got people for 4 years that's not even going to progress. Ain't this some shit? Well, I wish I was a master genius. Well, I am a master genius scientist. But what I mean to say, like, like Albert Einstein. Like, you know how on TV you got his little building, you know, the what do you call it? The hospital, right? Table, and just concocting and making up creatures, and you know, this is the type of, you see, the type of energy that we got that's existing, that don't have social security numbers and birth certificates. Okay. You don't know nothing about these individuals who do things like this. And so it's like, what can be done with elements and forces of nature? It's a phenomenal thing. And if you can just use your mind to image it, which will make it manifest, you'll change the paradigm in the blink of an eye. And yes, I know that there are entities that don't want this, and so they work feverishly. This entity works feverishly to keep you docile. What do you mean by docile? From ever even comprehending what the fuck Nady's even talking about. I'm too juiced up. What do you mean you're too juiced up? What are you juiced up off of? My chakras are blocked. My pores, my arteries are clogged. My first eye is harder than a rock, people. You think if you saw a liver or a lung of a smoker will make you throw up? Imagine seeing the condition of what is it? A calcified, that's what we do with this, a calcified pineal gland. Your heart will hurt. I'm almost sure. Your soul will hurt. Why? Because it had every bit to do with your soul. Modern man bristles with pride on his evolution from caveman to space traveler, and looks upon his primitive past with disdain. When it comes to diet, however, the human species has experienced a severe de-evolution in eating habits, a de-evolution sparked by the much ballyhooed advent of civilization, an event that has driven a permanent wedge between man and nature. For millions of years prior to the tiny drop in the bucket of time, which we call history, humans and other primitives lived entirely on diets of coarse, fibrous foods gathered in nature and consumed raw. Throughout the realm of nature, animals that rely on diets with a high ratio of indigestible fibrous bulk, a low a low concentration of protein, okay, have evolved with relatively long digestive tracts, whereas carnivores such as lions and tigers evolve short tracts. The human. Let's see if we can get a little bit more light. There we go. The human elementary canal, which is way from mouth to anus. The human elementary canal. I'm going to see what that is. Hey, Google, where is the human elementary canal? Introduction to the digestive system. Okay, I guess it's relating to that of the digestive system. All right, do your research on it when you get a chance. Okay. So, so the human elementary canal, and that's canal, I'm sorry, I said canal, which winds its way from mouth to anus with 40 feet of tubing, is one of the longest digestive tracts relative to the body weight in all of nature. All right. Man's dietary devolution took a serious turn for the worse when he advanced to become a hunter of animals. Do you find that striking? This is going to become interesting because now people like me, right? I'm trying to put this at certain period points in time and who we talking about here. Huh? It states that man's dietary devolution took a serious turn for the worse when he advanced to become a hunter of animals and adopted meat as his major dietary staple. This occurred primarily in the northern hemisphere, where flesh became the only viable source of food in the winter. So you see, it was a necessity. It came out of necessity. You're not going to get no fresh, green, good turnips and broccoli and asparagus in the ice. You've lived that type of living before. Don't act like you don't know. There's not a time in which you was not. You just don't remember what you were and who you were before you came into existence right now. And some of you, it's a good thing that you don't, because you've lived some. I was great cuss, excuse me, but I'm telling you. And yes, you've taken on awful, frightful, horrendous, diabolical stages of events and fears and becoming unalived. So some of you make it this chance and way of coming through in what we're going to say hoping and wishing, right? Writing in your script, writing in your will that you don't leave that same way. You want to have a good life this time. You want to die old, so you reincarnate. You write that a part of the goddamn script for the avatar. Ain't nobody else write it for you. And you know you got one because every religion bears witness to what I'm talking about. The Islamic people, they say that their lives is already pre-written, predestined. Huh? Study Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the Sharia law. I read all those books. Okay? Don't tell me. That's why you can't win on me when it comes to this intelligence. Not that I'm better than you, and I'm egotistic about this. It's just that I'm here to do what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about, and that's to help you see. I'm paid already. Let me get paid. Let me enjoy my fruits and wealth for my payment, y'all. Eat this shit up like a sponge. You supposed to soak this up, soak this information up. So those human populations that switch to meat develop digestive juices and metabolism capable of extracting nutrients from animal fats and proteins. So this sounds like that what? You can literally transform yourself into anything that you want. What did I tell you about vitamins, herbs, pills, and vaccinations, people? Y'all didn't watch Frankenstein? Y'all ain't never seen the creations of the monster in the laboratory that mysteriously disappears or somehow escapes and or go wrong? Huh? That's what they're talking about, you people here in the wilderness of North America. One thing Dr. Fauci, with all due respect, never told you is that, and he found this out later when Trump told him don't vaccinate everybody. See, because Trump was already, remember, y'all don't know, but Trump was already aware. You got to understand where Trump from and who his family members are, who he was in around. They understand this science of that. In fact, I think Barron got some type of whatever it is they want to give and call. And this is why initially Trump was against vaccination, because of Trump knowing consequences and repercussions that he wasn't comfortable with. Check? Okay, so now you go and do, say, let's just take this nigga here, Nate the Great. You inject him with some venom. Now, remember, my DNA is on go. It's waiting for any foreign invasion, and we taking over. I done downloaded my cells and programmed myself with all these crazy, from Venom to all the to the Extraordinary Gentleman. Oh, I love the Extraordinary Gentleman. I'm fucking around turning the bats on your ass, nigga, and be all over you, for real. Don't play with me. And you looking for real bats flying around too, I bet you. You don't understand. Let's get back into this science. I don't want to scare too many people. I'm gonna scare some of you because it's meant to shake it up so that you can see. This is for real on Earth. This ain't no goddamn movie script. Shakespeare said the earth, the world, is nothing but a stage, and you're nothing but merely players in it. It's on a statue in Philadelphia at the 19th and Vine at the library, in front of the library. People go look at it. It's a statue of Shakespeare, and at the bottom, that's what it says. I can't make this up. So I say to you, if you are a player on the stage, what part are you playing? Huh? There's only 3 parts. Remember, 3, 6, and 9. What did Nicola teach y'all? He said to understand the code of 3, 6, and 9, and you'll crack and understand ourselves, the great I am, which is the universe. Universing. He didn't say it in those words. Of course, I never repeat or regurgitate, but you get the point. Those 3 parts is there's only 3. Listen, people, you're gonna write this down. Y'all got your pen and paper out? You got it on record? Where your grandma at? Go get grandma. She need to hear this. Because there's only 3 types of mentality in this universe. I ain't gonna cap you up, y'all. I'm telling you some real shit. I'm telling you real shit. Real shit. I ain't lying. You got the type of mentality that don't know what's going on, right? Then you have the mentality that's wondering what's going on, right? Am I going too fast? The first one, there's three types of mindsets in the universe. I'll repeat it. I'll wait. Because some people might be writing it down. Number one, there's the mentality, have no clue what's going on. These the people, they need to be a Eagles game. They need to be a Phillies game. They're holding season tickets. They're ready to go kill all the Arabs. They think that the Twin Tower buildings came down from the enemies. Israel is a beautiful place and they're doing a lovely job. The Pope is they have no fucking clue. They think New Year's is January 1st and they really be fooled come April 1st. Okay? Like they know that they're here to work for Walmart, UPS, the military if best. If not, you can get a city job, get you a good place near the white folks. You want to move in and live around the white folks and die. You want to eat good and let your stomach stick out. That's the niggas they don't know. They just it's okay. Bless their heart. They okay. Very, very rude people. I don't like them really, but NASA making $78 trillion a year off of them, off their ignorance. So somebody's benefiting. Shit, niggas is opening up goddamn prisons. What are you talking about, Nate? That ain't cool. You go tell them niggas that shit ain't cool. My pockets, I ain't making no money off their fucking ignorance, and I can, but I could have one of the. I don't even get monetized on Facebook and YouTube for this shit. Who you playing with? You can keep this fucking stuff that y'all got going on this shit. You make the money and donate it. Give it to who you feels need this money. I'll do the work. You hold the tail. Ain't that what Pop used to say? I don't want to be too vulgar on national TV. Okay, but you understand the concept. Okay. So some people, they're wondering what's going on, but they can't quite figure it out. You know, the plane came down in Philadelphia, but it didn't look like a plane. I never seen an airplane come down like that. You know, like things is going on, and they telling you stories. You know, the moon is passing in front of the sun. Oh man, it's just crazy. The earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Things like this, but they can't quite figure it out how, if it was so, why can't I just take a object? They call it an airplane. What is an airplane? Anybody ever question that? How do you formulate airplane as opposed to air ball or globe? The only way you could come up with a concept and idea of a device moving and existing the way that it does is because you are actually in the air flying over a goddamn plane, a flat plane of existence. Don't play with me. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. I ain't stupid. You go talk to the people that don't know no better about that. Because I'm going to question everything. Then The third type of mentality that you have here in the wilderness, huh? Sticking and staying in the power of 3, 6, and 9 now. Stay focused. This is what they telling you. When you see all of them doing that, don't be scared. Just don't join the negative force that's representing it. You want to join the positive side, the positive force that's representing. Okay? Satan utilizes the same power as God. Remember, they're brothers. They're all from the same goddamn family. Just like the Democrats and the Republicans. Okay? These niggas is all just up the same bird, but just different wings. Take the police department. Huh? You get locked up. You got 2 cops interviewing you. Do you think at one point one of the cops became a good model, upright, trying to save your black ass citizen? And you got 1 cop that you're in there dealing with? No. Just because he brought you the turkey burger and some french fries and a milkshake don't mean that he's not a cop no more. He still need to get the information up out of you. He still need to do his job, whether we beat it out of you or we give you some ice cream with a cherry on top. Some people, Nate, you're talking too harsh to me. Please, can you stop yelling and cussing it? And I start talking soft. What you want, huh? You want a cherry on top? You want a kiss while I talk to you? You want me to caress your mind? Come here. Let me get your temples. You want me to caress your temples and shit? You crying. Some people don't register like that. You couldn't come save me if you was coming to save me with that soft shit. You need to bring the most powerful gods in the galaxy to come get me, to prove me. And that's what took place. Yeah. I'm not cotton. That's just like, you want some of you changing life because you stole a candy bar from the supermarket and you got your ass whooped and you never stole a candy bar again. And you never even missed school. It totally changed your life around. You became a good position in the mayor's office, and you lived a good life. Some of you that didn't change their life. That ass whipping that they got for stealing that Snicker bar only made them be out there getting it in harder. Is that the result of what I get to be sitting back so I can join me some caramel, almond, and some chocolate? Mine don't hit hard anyway. Because remember, that food that you eating is chemicals. It got drugs in it from the WHO and the CDC. They all concocted and put this shit in there. And what it do, look it up. Most of your ingredients is not even found in other countries. So you need to understand those chemicals, those ingredients, get on your game, your goddess game, and know what you ingest and utilize it, whether it's going to destroy you or empower you. You'll make them change the shit. In fact, the world is leading to anyway, because y'all picking this information up is going to result in the closing of a supermarket. Why? I ain't got no seeds for you, man. You want seeds in your watermelons. You going to have to go grow that yourself and get it about the best way you can. So what you're doing is you're eliminating, you're watching the transition and the changing of exchange of civilization again on a great reset. It has happened trillions of times before. If you were spinning on the earth, why can't you formulate a object that hovers? Huh? Why do I gotta go all the way down Island Avenue drive all the way on 76, okay? Pay for parking and get in the plane that's to fly me around same route all the time to my destination location. I would have to think. Now, maybe we need to get out Dr. Michi Kaku, Neil deGrasse Tyson, even Billy Carter. Maybe we can get these guys together and we can start showing the people how we can actually just hover a little bit. It ain't got to be real high, because I know if the world's spinning, you might have a stop sign or something come by and smack a nigga in the head. You know what I mean? So, well, maybe that's probably what. But listen, it's probably might be safer than flying, because the planes is coming down anyway. But my point is, if I just want to go right there to Jersey, man, like I don't need to waste no gas. I should just be able to. Well, we just wouldn't need to necessarily be wasting gas, because I probably would have to use the gas to utilize the other object. But my point is, why am I have to leave and go somewhere to move if the world is spinning, if the earth is spinning? Huh? Now, the best intelligent, well, it's not an intelligent answer, but the best stupidest thing that a person could say is that, well, Nate, the earth is such of a large object, it's spinning, and that we really can't, to a degree where it's unnoticeable. That's a bunch of malarkey. Don't let nobody ever tell you nothing like that. All right? Don't let nobody tell you that. 1,000 miles is 1,000 miles per hour. 75 miles is 75 miles an hour. Whether you got a tractor trailer or a little Fiat, if the speed limit, the sign says 25 miles per hour, they're both going to be the same. You said the earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Watch something move at 1,000 miles per hour, people. Whether it's a big rock or a little crystal, piece of crystal. In fact, I tell you what, if it's a buckshot compared to a little 22 bullet, and they was shot and they travel at 1,000 miles per hour, right? Both of them is going to hit you directly at the same time. Just because one is bigger don't mean that's going to travel any less than 1,000 miles per hour. It wouldn't be 1,000 miles per hour. Think about this, people, please. You got to come up out of the educationing system that they indoctrinated you with, the programming. Okay? So, it states here that man's dietary devolution. Okay, we went over that. Okay, so this occurred after we started hunting and eating meat. Well, it wasn't meat, and it wasn't all people, and wasn't all civilizations. But just for the sake of dialoguing and conversating, and we have a lot of different theories of creed and ethics of individuals in social media. We want to be respectful. Now, number one, I'm never disrespectful. And even if I seem to be, it's never my intent. It's just some real earthly bullshit and talk. That's all, to a degree that you probably ain't never exist before. However, I care about the light that you are, the true essence of you existing. That's what I focus on. I don't care nothing about your humanity. I don't care nothing about what your likes and your dislikes are. You know what I'm talking? I don't care nothing about what you believe. I don't care. You believe what you want. If Mickey Mouse is your savior, then by all means, you should have a whole garage full of Mickey Mouses. So, for the sake of conversating, understand, you know, that in reality, to an extent, and I don't really like to say this because people get accepted the wrong way, but we are all the same to an extent, meaning that we have an existence, we have an agenda of the same to share, and that is to have your travels and evolve, become greater and greater and greater in your all your endeavors and experiences. That which waits you beyond this stage of being in a human, your humanism is beyond what you can see with this mind's eye right now. You see? This development, I'm sorry. So this occurred primarily in the Northern Hemisphere, where flesh became the only viable source of food in the winter. Those human populations that switched to meat developed digestive juices and metabolism capable of extracting nutrients from animal fats. Right? See, because you got to understand geographical locationing. Remember, they was in a cold climate. So just think, if you don't understand adaptation and mutationing, people, man, y'all just don't understand how, like, you can literally transform into anything that you want and create that avatar and embody it to the extent you'll see something happening on the news and you feel that, whoa, I had a dream like that. And you wonder, did you do it? Oh, did they kill that? Oh, did they kill one of my avatars? I mean, like, this needs to be explained, people. Life needs to be explained. You should not be living an unexplainable life just on the mere blink of, oops, here he is. You a coincidence, and that you was created in sin, and that your God makes mistakes, and so do you. Man, you need to just unfold all this shit, ball it up, throw it in the trash, and start all over again. Start the world all over again. It don't sound right. I mean, read it in the Bible. Even when you read it in the Bible, I remember my first time reading in the Bible. And I'm talking about the beginning. Like I said, it was all good until I turned the page. After that, it started getting little like, what's going on with the people? It tells you the first, 6 days, everything was good. Well, 5 days, right? 4 or 5 days. God did this. It was all good. God did that. It was all good. Now we got people like you. You don't want to be obedient. You don't want to follow proper etiquettes and ethics. And now, because of your disagreeableness, Everybody got to pay for it. I'm sorry. I'm not in it. I'm not paying for that. Y'all can pass me with that. Go ahead, get that to the next man. I'm not paying for none of what you doing. I'm not paying now. I ain't gonna be paying in the future, and I ain't paid for it then. Are we clear? So it states that after they developed digestive juices and metabolism that was capable of extracting nutrients from animal fats and proteins, their digestive tracts remain forever fixed in the vegetarian mode. This development is the source of the two basic metabolic types of man. One geared towards a bulky diet of flesh, fruits and vegetables, the other to a fiberless diet of flesh. Agriculture triggered the final stage of human dietary degeneration. Agriculture did this, it says. Triggered the final stage of human dietary degeneration when grain became the main staple of the human diet. A new element was introduced into the digestive tract. An element not at all intended by nature as food for you. People, what are we looking at here? I'm looking at the beginning of a cause of the problem. Oh, why and how our people vibe at such a low vibratory rate. And how you are just so down to earth. How did you become so down to earth? You used to be high, flying way up off the earth. You was too vibrant. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for this hair. I'm just too sexy. Now you want to just be, I'm a material girl living in a material world. Huh? You can't have them both. You can't want to be pretty and material and then run around and the next man talking about they don't fit you. Is this? I mean, like, I'm just too thorough to be around you people. I'm too like sexy to be driving a car. Like somebody should be moving me around. Like I'm supposed to have that type of mind so that it will radiate and that it manifests. I should be able to come around you and don't say a word. A woman get on the bus and everybody got a seat. Everybody don't need to be looking and say, well, can somebody stand up and let the lady have a seat? There's an unseen, it's an unseen language that's spoken when this type of scenario presents itself. Go ahead and get up. Let the goddess ride sit down. Unless she say, well, no, that's okay. I'm cool, I'll stand up. But at least you offer, right? We're supposed to be tapping in. So now that we found out that this grain that has become a new element that was been introduced into our lifestyle, and it's intended not to be eaten, we're going to have to realize that one of its poison and reasons is that it is gluten. The fact that grains are the only items in the entire human diet that cannot be eaten and digested in the raw state is sufficient proof that these items were not meant for human consumption. So you see, people, you think because you cooking food, you living right. What if I told you there's beings on this plane that hasn't eaten cooked food for over 30 years? Everything raw. You probably say, ew, oh my God. How can you eat raw meat, raw cow, raw chicken, and raw pig? I didn't say they was eating animals raw. I didn't say what was eaten raw. It could be raw almonds. Huh? Grains became the world's first processed foods. Write that down. So you would know, man. Your daughter, listen, man, you got people that's going to ask you, people. That's why I told you, go get your grandpa, go get your grandma. So they can get this information. They can soak this information up and pass it on to your younger generation. You might have a granddaughter that might pop up. She want to, be a health guru. She might want to be in the herbs. She might want to live a herbal, like a natural, holistic lifestyle. You know what I mean? What do you do, grandpa or grandma? Well, first thing you do is after talking to them about what you know, you go to your bookshelf and show them books. If you African or black or whatever, man, non-ether, melanated, copper tone skin, all right? Then you want to subscribe to Laylola Africa and get the holistic concept, African concept. You see? You might want to get the Eurocentric holistic idea in health. I got plenty of books, okay? All different type of people. Don't be scared, afraid to read from different people. Natural Healing Encyclopedia. All this is valuable information that grandpa, grandma is supposed to be passing down to you. You see? You might get a granddaughter, she gonna pop up talking about, grandpa, what was the first processed food? You looking like, what the fuck? Damn, girl, you smart as shit. What is processed food? That's gonna be the average Negro. And you hear them on the phone talking about, yeah, man, my granddaughter's smart as shit, yo. Man, my granddaughter's smart. And I'm looking at them like, yeah. But in your mind, you be saying, like, you must have been dumb. How is you so excited about your granddaughter being smart? You would think that, like, okay, that's the way it's supposed to be, nigga. See, from me, I'm smart. You want to be able to tell them, well, look, grandson. Let me sit down and tell you. One of the first processed foods is grains. You know? Evidence indicates that Pre-civilized man knew better than to consume grains as food. It seems that humans first began gathering and later cultivating grains, not for food, but rather to feed the domestic animals. You see? And just like the grain and everything else, you had some people figure not only do they want to eat the animal's food, they want to go ahead and just go eat the whole animal. That was a clear sign of a spiritual devolutioning. You see? If you do some research, people, there's been no real guru, sage, or great spiritual leader that indulged in the delight of smothered smoked pork chops. You could pass me with that. Every book I got Hindu, Bhagavad, everything. They said you need to be on a vegetarian diet. I'm trying to find a little leap or slip hole for a nigga. You know what I mean? Just in case you like to eat meat and you still want to be a spiritual guru. So I visit all the bookstores in Philadelphia just so I could find some information where somebody's saying, well, it's okay to. Oh, Bruce Lee. I did find Bruce Lee. I must admit, I forgot. Bruce Lee has been told diet was he did it accordingly. And I understand that. If I need to whip a nigga ass, and that's from Ireland and because Africa, you see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar enough. We some big niggas. And Irish people, it's not easy to knock out. I don't care how hard you hit them on the chin. Okay? But Bruce Lee, he did 6 months in off the flesh, and I understand this, people. If you it depends on what you're doing. Some of you people are construction workers. Y'all out here building the highways and building bridges and making the dams for the goddamn ocean and shit. Yeah, you might need to eat some burgers, okay? But at least eat kosher, okay? Just don't eat any type of cow. Eat some good, clean, kosher cow. It's still out here. You got farm raised and natural grown. Okay? Know what it is that you're ingesting and why you are ingesting it and how many times it is to be ingested. Remember, it's not how you do, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I'm sure you heard that before. So if you want to become let's say you want to become like me and Muhammad Ali, great. You have to stop eating some meats, you might have to give up that flesh. Yeah. I mean, I've done it over 30 years. I haven't lived a whole life not eating flesh. Don't get it twisted. However, I know that if you used to have any spiritual evolution, any receiving a transforming of information in, download of information and revelation in, fasting is very, very high on the list in having in your etiquettes and doing what you're doing. Okay? Not just reading all the time, walking around, giving out $1 and saying, hi, you look nice today. No. It's about ridding yourself of parasites, demons. You see, because, people, this shit is going on. It's a spiritual warfare and attacking you. Okay? You got to understand this. And there's certain ways and things that some of you can't do what everybody else can do. Okay? Some of us, we can go ahead and drink grape soda and eat Doritos and shit and still be victorious in the spiritual war. Okay? Because whatever reason, I'm not going to get into that. However, my point is, you need to know yourself. Be thyself, express thyself, and manifest thyself to the fullest. It's not about coming to earth and being ganged up with somebody or some entity. It ain't no way. You didn't come here with the. You didn't come here with. I didn't come here with the Taliban, huh? I didn't come here with ISIS. Why are you part of the JBM, huh? Why are you part of the mafia? Why are you part of the Crips? Why are you part of the Blood, huh? Who told you had to do that? You were scared. It was too many around you at the time. So was it for me? Born Lehigh, man. 24th of Lehigh. Every part of the section of the city. Aaron Hall, none of them couldn't get me to get down or lay down. When they wore white shirts, we wore black. I ain't care how hot it was. And yeah, it was hot. It's like, damn, y'all had to be sweat. You fucking white with sweat. Black extract heat, nigga. That's sun. Y'all all out there white tees. Why? Because somebody programming you and you work for the goddamn system. We know you boule ass niggas. They're your masters. They controlling y'all whether you know it or not. I know it. Shit, you don't. I know who your boss is. Remember, I fight in the spiritual realm. You fight in the physical. So that means I already know what you think even before you really ready to think it. What did it tell you in the Quran, huh? Allah knows the thoughts. Who do you think Allah is? Some mystery goddamn ghosts flying around somewhere? That's why you ain't up on me. Because you got your goddamn information wrong. Keep thinking there's a spirit mystery guy flying around that's doing better than me, that can do you better than I can. I wish I would bring home food at the goddamn dinner table for my family and they start praying to Jesus Christ. You niggas won't eat no more? Not tonight. You won't eat from me. You go call Jesus. I'm gonna come in from work with empty hands, sit on the couch. Everybody looking, Dad, where dinner at? Call Jesus, nigga. You better go call Jesus. Jesus is like, I'm tired. What do you mean? Y'all call. First thing you do when you put that food on the table, you thank Jesus. Everybody gonna have to think. Huh? Think about it, people. Y'all gonna have to think about it, because Pop on some real shit now. Because they're gonna look at Mom. All the kids are gonna look at Mom. Because Mom the one to always start the shit off. And she's supposed to be the last one. You know what I'm talking about? When she know I get up, working hard, sweating. And I don't even like working for these people. Making that money. Coming in here with your goddamn steaks. You can at least thank me first. Be like, thank you, Dad. And then, well, Lord, I also like to thank you too. You've been very special in my life, Lord. You've not failed me yet. I've eaten every night. I've been around my Father, Lord. And I like to continue to eat like this every night, Lord. And if you can just continue, you know what I mean? Make my Father bring home some good ass steaks. You think this is what's going on? So I'm hard at work, and you got the Lord talking to me. Nathaniel, your son would like for you to bring home some steaks tonight. Lord, is that you? And I'm on the machine, right? Because you know we working in a factory, niggas in the factory. Goddamn it, you gotta put like 110 items in a box, and don't you better not fall asleep, because that box is going to come up short at the, over at the end, and they're gonna have to send that box back. You're gonna have to do it all over again. This is the shit you got to go through here on Earth, people. That I want to help you to escape from the stupidity. You want some mashed potatoes with that? Huh? Macaroni and cheese, don't you? Would you like some cornbread? Motherfuckers. Y'all niggas get up and go upstairs and get in the bed. But daddy, we ain't been eating yet. We talking about grains, people. Grains being the processed food right here. You ain't here? And the evidence of it is that pre-civilized man knew better than to consume this shit. Humans first began gathering and later cultivating grains not for food, but rather to feed domestic animals and ferment beer. It was only after population pressure made wild plants and animals insufficient to feed the species that man turned to grains for sustenance. Grains have been the mainstay of the human diet for only 6,000 years or 7,000 years. And thus, the Taoist sages of ancient China recognized them as relative newcomers to the human diet. Notice how the Taoists, the Chinese, the people, they eat a lot of rice. They got a grain. That's interesting, ain't it? So you could see we definitely ain't talking about everybody. Use your intelligence. You people that are beyond 33 degrees, y'all already should be having an oversight as to what is really what's going on and what picture we're painting here, right? By having your degree. Having your degree means that you got a built paintbrush, all right? And it's worthy for you to utilize and pull out. So throughout the ancient Taoist literature on health and longevity, we find the term Bai Gu, which means avoid grains, cropping up over and over. This agrees completely with the findings of such great contemporary nutritional scientists as Arnold Einhart, Dr. Herbert Shelton, and Dr. Marshall Morrison, Dr. Norman Walker, and V.E. Irons, whose theories we'll look at in a more later detail. However, here the fact that for the past several thousand years, the traditional Chinese diet has consisted of, then I tell you, 80 to 90% grains simply reflects the requirements of overpopulation. So Taoists, the Tao, right, who avoid grains live much healthier and longer lives than the general population. But at least the traditional Chinese diet combines grains much more harmoniously than the modern Western diets. Here's how and why. We're going to get into that, I'm sure. If they don't explain, I will. I'm new to this too. This is a fresh book. When I get this material and I read it, not all of them, but most of them, I don't read them unless it's you sitting here listening. This is when I really get to analyze and study what I invested in. Because remember, I don't buy these books. I have none of these books on my shelf is for what I believe or what's helping me to be the great individual I am. This is my material that I use to teach out of. These are very selected, crafted, strategic books, and I'm looking for maybe a couple more. I need the Holy Tablets, which I found out thanks to Calvin. I'm gonna grab that. And there's another book. One of them is This Is Hard, the Nomicon. That's hard. But other than that, I don't need no books. I don't need no more books. I've been through my book thing. I lived around books. I lived in libraries. I worked in libraries. Books has always been a thing in my life. I'm a bookworm. I'm beyond a bookworm. I'm the book guru. I'm the book ape. Fuck a worm. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lived in 2 levels of nothing but books. So many books that would stable my box frame and mattress was a bunch of books, crates and books. All right, so all that's going, that's time going, and now today I've been out specifically and purposely and attracted this material that I have so that I could bring it to you and enlighten you with it, but not just enlighten it, but let us evolve with it in it, right? When you noticed the Philadelphia school system, or any schooling system for that matter, was changing the curriculum in which they were bringing and educating these people in, you should have knew right there that it was time for you to evolve in your intelligence. When Dr. Umar made videos explaining how this is getting a little bit out of hand when it comes to your child's psychology, the well-being of your child's psyche, and no, they don't have HDH and all those other alphabets and letters and numbers, you should have knew right there that it was time for you to find yourself, to go within. It didn't take that for me, but I mean, like, if I was up in the dark age to that point, that would have definitely had to rock my boat. That let's move on. So, thanks to the dietary devolution fostered by civilization, the human diet today, especially in the Western world, consists primarily of refined, denatured, overcooked food, indiscriminately combined. Some of the consequences people suffer by eliminating coarse fibrous foods from their diet and relying instead on concentrated animal protein and concentrated refined starches are described here by Dr. Robert Jackson. The removal of this waste matter fiber also removes from our foods the natural stimulants to the muscular activity of the bowel wall. This means a slowing up of the intestinal current showing up. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm moving on too fast. So this means a slowing up of the intestinal current. Slowing up the intestinal current means the decomposition of the protein contents and a fermentation beyond what is normal of the carbohydrate contents. The former resulting in evolution of very depressing poisons, and the latter of irritations to the tube lining. Thus, a vicious cycle is set up, leading to a chronic state of body poisoning from the food canal. For slowing up not only adds to the fermentation and decompensation, it also allows more time for the absorption into the blood of the poisonous product to be produced. Products of, what is this? Of the poisonous products produced. Okay. About 10 years ago, an interesting study was conducted to compare the average daily bowel movements of people in India and in America. Don't you know you got some people, they eat 3 times a day and may have a bowel movement 3 times a week? We're going to learn if that's healthy or not. Some people may think that's not a big issue and that it's not necessary to have bowel movements. But that's only because they're not thinking. Don't get upset with them people. It's just that they're not thinking. What do you mean you keep putting poison on this junk and flesh in your body? Don't you know it's rotting in you and you ain't letting it out? What do you think? It's disappearing? All right, so the results at first baffled researchers. You hear that? When they did the study compared to the American and the Indian people about their bowels movements, it says that the results at first were baffling. Although the average American consumes over 3 times as many calories every day as the average Indian, the latter produce daily bowel movements that weigh more than double the American average. Indians' diet based primarily on vegetables and whole grains provides a high ratio of fibrous bulk of propel waste through the alimentary canal, while the typical American diet rich in processed calories but poor in natural bulk moves through the digestive tract so slowly that much of it putrefies and ferments rather than digests. And the resulting toxic waste are retained for days or even weeks, resulting in a chronic state of toxemia, a form of auto-intoxication of the blood caused by the constant presence of toxins in the stomach, colon, liver, and other tissues. This condition is responsible for a host of chronic ailments in you American so-called people. You don't get ailments and diseases just because God did not create it that way. It's what we do that causes our demise and disease. Are we clear with this? It's what you put in your mouth. It's what I'm doing with my body that would determine the level of comfort that I will live while here doing whatever it is you're here to do. I don't know what you people here to do. Never let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Check. That's the quote saying of, don't mix your spirit with the physical world. Keep that separate. So this condition is responsible for a host of chronic ailments rarely found in primitive societies, including arthritis, constipation, gastritis, fatigue, infertility, impotence and lack of immunity to infectious diseases, people. You see? There's nothing spooky making me ill and sick. Give it the right circumstances and condition and environment and elements. Oh, you can live about a good 330 years. Did you hear what I said? You may think that's unrealistic. But I know people in Africa right now that's 130. Huh? Why are we Americans only living to 65? Huh? Talk to me, man. Come on, y'all get in the comment section. What makes an individual, if he's in the Amazon jungle or somewhere over in another island, Africa somewhere, as opposed to living here in America, determine our longevity? Could it be the food? Could it be the ingredients in our food that's not in the other countries? I'm just saying. Come on. Somebody get in the comment section. Where my intelligent people at in the universe? I'm getting dumb. I'm getting dumb. I need to know why I'm only living to 65 in America under the concrete jungle. Huh? You living around nothing but cast iron steel and tar and concrete. You may have a little wood. But that's covered up with sheetrock insulation and shit. Like, you really can't connect to that. And you wouldn't even know how to connect to the wood anyway because it's dying. They done disconnected it from its root. And besides, that wood don't want to deal with you anyway. At best, their job is just to keep a roof over your head. That's the best they're going to do for you. But because you live in illogical, that wood that you wish to communicate is not going to give you no assistance. Facts. Gabriel Rodriguez. I want to send some energy out to Gabriel Rodriguez. I won't be able to accept your friend request because you have your profile blocked. So I need to know who my friends are. So unlock your profile, Gabriel. You know what I mean? Like, I know I got enough agents already. I have to start doing a little bit more screening on who's listening in the physical world. You know, I see you. I see you people in the spiritual world. We got you. I got you covered. I got you covered. Did I go back on yourself? Damn sure did. Okay. So yeah, who else we want to acknowledge here? That's a really super cool. I want to send some energy out there to the goddess. Appreciate your energy. Definitely glad you enjoy the information post that I post. You know how I am. If anything, to give us some joy, anything that's giving us some peace. Anybody that's speaking or doing things that giving other individuals the incentive to want to live. You know, I always gotta acknowledge these type of individuals. You know, a lot of people we in existence. However, like it's to me, they're just in a way. You know, I mean, I'm sure everybody give a helping hand out to society in their own way, in some time or other. However, we just got to do a little bit more. And then really, I ain't even really got to do a little bit more. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm probably getting tired because you're going to do what it is that you do. Again, I'm not here to persuade you to do anything, to get you to join religions. I'm not here to get you to be the worst person you could be. I just would like to see you. I'm not even really here to get you to be the best person you could be. I would like to see you be the best person that you could be. But that's not why I'm here. You know, I've just been paid to do a certain thing. I have to fulfill my obligation for a certain point in time. And hopefully that some of y'all will catch on and express yourself to the fullest. Dalida, I also want to acknowledge Dalida. All right, she's doing a fine job in existence and all her endeavors and forces with her, which causes her and helps her to be great in who she is. So we want to definitely get some energy out there to the goddess Dalida. Also Beverly Watson and her entire family want to send energy and much power, prosperity, and harmony to the family, the Watson family. All right, Bash Ali, we want to acknowledge Sandra Patrick and also Anna John. Peace, love, and light to you people out there. All right. Thanks for the come through. I appreciate you coming through on the web. All right. Just keep your head up. Stay strong. Just fly high. Y'all know what it is. There's nobody greater than you. We also want to acknowledge Phil Brown. All right. Nectar Alsor. Calvin Strange Crippet. David Jenkins. Marcus Youngblood. Callie Mott. Kim Marie. All right. Brian Young. Yeah. Keep shining. All right. Keep your head high. You know what it is. We the greatest out here. We also want to acknowledge the donut fact. All right. Thanks for the information and things that you do out there. The big donut. Appreciate the guy. All right. Keep your head high. Dorita Johnson, Willie Taylor. Yeah. Keep your head high. You're flying high and looking good out there. Thanks for coming through. All right. Yeah. You know what it is. Let's donate the great Facebook live stream, y'all. Let's get it. So we're going to do a little bit more reading here. And we're going to wrap it on up, all right? Because it gets juicier. And we got to get this out the way. All right? So, in many cases, food can stay in a person for months or even years. This food will rot and decay. It will get buried in the crevices and folds of the colon. Most people's colons, and I recommend that everybody who hears this message, grandpa, grandma, write it down and tell your family. You get out there, get to the herb store and get y'all a colon cleanse. All right. You also want to subscribe to YK Awaken. That's YAHKI Awakened on YouTube. Okay, so you can and continually watching my videos. But me, I go on different vibes. This guy Awakened, he deals strictly on the health. All right, so sometimes you want to just get to a specific subject and target certain issues, then you want to be listening to different people. All right, that only deals on that one specific field. All right. So again, we want to have to get a colon cleanse. This is important. And at the same time, we got to be decalcifying that pineal gland. All right. We got to do it spiritually as well as physically. We got to stay away from all the metals, the aluminum, all right, the fluoride. If you're using toothpaste with fluoride in it, deodorant with these parabens and animals, you got to go holistic, at least with what you're consuming in your body, and then eventually into your thinking. And this will change the dynamics of not only who you are, people, but your whole entire state of existence. I'm telling you how to work your magic. You niggas are magical. You just don't, you have been dumbed down and they stole your magic from you. And they gave you something else. They gave you the fairy tale. They gave you the watered down version. It states that most people's colon, instead of being a fast-moving sewer system, it has become a stagnant cesspool. Compared to the Tao's concept of balance, the Western notion of a balanced diet is simplistic and superficial. Western physicians advise everyone to take a little of everything at every meal, jumbling together such desperate ingredients as meat, milk, grain, and fruit, and sugar. Such indiscriminate consumption of food is no different than pouring a combination of gas, oil, alcohol, and sugar into the gas tank of your car. And you talking about you're a good cook and you want me to come over and eat. How I'm gonna do that, man, when I know too much than you? I don't want to be superficial in front of you. When I'm knowing so much, I'm sitting here partaking like I'm a goddamn dumb monkey of American monkey. How you think I'm gonna feel? God sitting here acting like a goddamn monkey, a human being, eating pork chops and macaroni and cheese, cornbread. I thought you said God don't eat. I want to treat you right. I want to do right by you. And that means being fair and giving you what I think, whether you want it or think you need it or not, what's fair and right for you. That's a friend. You may not like it, you may hate me, but in the end, you're going to be well off. At least you won't be able to say Satan led you or gave you something. You want your ham hocks and collard green and chicken butts. Oxtail, gizzards, goat tongue, cow tongue, octopus, monkey's eyeballs. Oh, Nate, those are delicatessens. I'm sure it is. I don't eat nobody's delicatessens. Chicken butt. Yeah, you eat chicken butts. Goat tongue. Pig ears. I see it in the supermarket. In the no frills section. In the bar, in a jar. Monkey eyeballs. In a jar. With some vinegar in it and some salt. And some sugars. And it's probably going to have some high fructose corn syrup. Yes, in the goddamn oxtails. Nigga, they put high fructose corn syrup in everything. Don't act surprised. You just got to start reading ingredients. I ain't lying. Y'all think it's funny. It said, see, this why I'm going to shut it down. This ain't entertainment. Facebook, this is not entertainment. YouTube, this is for the record. This is not being done for entertainment. This is strictly for entertaining purposes. Are we clear? So yeah, don't try to put gas, oil, alcohol, sugar, and all that stuff in your gas tank no more. These blends will not burn efficiently, and it will provide little power and will quietly clog up the entire engine so badly that the entire system grinds to a halt. The advice given in the quote at the beginning of this chapter from a book presented to the founding emperors of the Ming Dynasty of the occasion of the author's 100th birthday. Clearly reflects the fact that the ancient Chinese were well aware of the importance of the science of food combining. People, we're talking about food combining here. You got to learn about that. None of you parents, none of your grandmothers have ever taught you the etiquettes and ethics of food combining. They taught you how to cook the food. So you put all that, a half a pound of sugar, a whole goddamn 4 things of butter, you know what I mean? A half a container of salt, a bunch of pepper. Yeah, you doing that, you killing me good. But you can't mix meat and bread and not expect to have a difficulty in your digestive system. Or you ever notice how when you eat, what do people get after they eat? Huh? You eat a good meal, you get tired, don't you? You want to go to bed. You know why? Because you ate dead shit. And so it feel like you're dying. Eat some live food. Eat some electric things that are electrical, alkaline. You'll be alive. You feel like, oh, let's go. Let's do this. Running around. You don't get niggleitis. You don't, let me light up with a joint. Light me a joint up. Where the beer at? Who got a cigarette? I'm ready to go to sleep. Man, baby, that was good. I'm fat and full. You see all in the kitchen. She in the, You hear the dishes in the sink, ping, 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 clean. You know what I mean? She cleaning dishes and shit, smiling, talking about, yeah, you want some more? And you talking about, I'm full, baby. My stomach. And she don't know no better. She think all she doing is just killing you. She killing you. And then you wondering why you see the man that dies first in most of these homes when they get old. It's the woman that live by herself. And I know, because I do contractual work. And most of my clients are elderly women who have told me their husband has passed on. You can go ahead in the garage and have his tools. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. Unless he got some special shit in there. I'll go check. I'll go look. But the husband always go first. Yeah. Because you got to understand, this nigga that lived with stress, anxiety, you know, and then you coming home, you eating all the wrong foods that's giving you all the illnesses, sicknesses, and diseases. So the combination of both, combining, we don't live long. We don't last well here in America. And we don't do spiritually well. We don't do mentally well here in America. When you have a statistic of families being over 90% dysfunctional people, that's not good. That doesn't say a lot for your country. Okay? But you keep that under the rug. Don't let nobody else know that. We try to do the best we can. Well, I don't like using trying, but I said, but so let's say they're trying to do the best that they can. I'm manifesting my will. I don't know how to try to do anything. I unapologetically apologize to you people who think that I should be trying to do something. There's nothing wrong with me. All you gotta do is just say, do it, Nate, and it's done. We don't try it. There's no trying in my family. It's either do it or don't. Get it done. If you can't accomplish it, why are you thinking about it? Where your mind is even in that area if you're not going to bring it into manifestation or fruition, huh? So you got to understand, overstand. That this wisdom was once known to the West as well. All right? And as evidenced by Moses' strict regulation that meat and milk must never be consumed at the same time. In plain English, the yin and yang of diet boils down to trophology. It's spelled T-R-O-P-H-O-L-O-G-Y, a term which you and no doubt your doctor have probably never heard of before. Modern medical training in the West, especially in America, is notoriously deficient in nutritional science. Although there are a few enlightened nutritional scientists in America and Europe today who, despite snares from their peers in the medical establishment, are making great medical strides through the science of trophology. The Western scientific equivalent of yin and yang balance in food combination is something we all learned in elementary high school chemistry. Acid alkaline balance, or pH. Anybody that don't know what the pH is, that is the power hydrant. Check. We all know that if we did add a measure of alkaline to an equal measure of acid, the resulting chemical solution is as natural as plain water. That's the principle behind reaching for bicarbonate and strong alkaline to relieve acid in digestion. It is an established scientific fact in Western medicine that in order to initiate efficient digestion of any concentrated animal protein, the stomach must secrete pepsin, P-E-P-S-I-N. Okay? But it's also a well-known fact that pepsin can function only in a highly acidic medium, which must be maintained for several hours for complete digestion of the proteins. Listen, it is an equally well-established fact of science that when we chew a piece of bread or a potato or any other starchy carbohydrate, ptyalin, P-T-Y-A-L-I-N. Let's say it's Thailand, because the P is probably silent. It might be Pylan, and the T being silent. You pronounce it the way it's comfortable to you. It's spelled P-T-Y-A-L-I-N. And other alkaline juices are immediately secreted into the food by your saliva, all right? That's in your mouth. So when swallowed, the alkali starches requires an alkaline medium in the stomach to order to complete their digestion. Anyone should be able to figure out what therefore happens when you ingest meat and grains together. Acid and alkaline juices are secreted simultaneously in response to the incoming protein and starch, promptly neutralizing one another and leaving a weak, watery solution in the stomach that digests neither proteins nor starch properly. Instead, the proteins petrify and the starches ferment owing to the constant presence and bacteria in the digestive tract. So this putrefaction and fermentation are the primary cause of all the sorts of digestive distress, including gases, heartburn, cramps, bloating, constipation, foul stools, bleeding, piles, colitis, and so forth. Many so-called allergies are also the direct result of improper food combinations. Did you hear that? Again, many so-called allergies. Why are these so-called allergies, people? Because there's no such thing. That's just your allergic reaction to the misuse of something that's you either taken or that's outside of you. For instance, let's take pollen. That's the tree's male's semen. If there was suffice amount of female trees, we wouldn't have much pollen as we have. We wouldn't have to intake as much pollen as we do, thereby causing discomfort and I wouldn't say, well, yeah, it's a disease. Check. So they're calling it a so-called allergy. So it says, many so-called allergies are also the direct result of improper food combinationing. You see? The bloodstream picks up toxins from the petrified ferment mess as it passes slowly through the intestines, and these toxins in turn cause rashes, hives, headaches, nausea, and other symptoms commonly branded as allergies. All right. We're going to switch up books for a minute so we can wrap it up. We're almost there. We're almost wrapping it up. Everybody all right? Hit your heart button, people. Go tell your grandma that Naked Great is live. Yeah, because see, grandma need to know that she's the doctor of the family. Whoever rules, control, and cooks in the kitchen is the family pharmaceutical. It's the family pharmacist. The pharmacist, the true, the initial pharmacy is the kitchen, people. Don't you know? If I got in the kitchen and hooked up a bunch of sea moss, burdock root, golden seal, Cynthia, and all these other types of herbs, put in some bell peppers and some romaine lettuce with some nice, oh man, and you came and ate that, it will empower you and energize you for at least 24 hours and have you performing at your optimum, whether it be spiritually or physically. Thinking great, doing great, and moving great. All because you ate great. You eat well, you live well. You see? One of the reasons why I'm giving you this juice tonight, like you getting it, is for the simple fact that is known as the father that hypocrites. This individual is known as the father of modern medicine, but so far as we know, the first individual who practiced medicine as an art. And the following is the oath that hypocrite took. And it goes as such. It says that I swear by Apollo, the physician, and Asclepius, and health, and all heal, and all the gods and goddesses, that according to my ability and judgment, you see, we do judge. You need to judge. You're supposed to be judging, but you're supposed to judge justly. Stop letting these people tell you you don't judge. How you going to determine whether you like ice cream or yogurt? I will keep this oath and this stipulation to reckon him who taught me this art equally dear to me as my parents, to share my substance with him and relieve his necessities if required, to look upon his offspring in the same footing as my own brothers, and to teach them this art. People, I'm telling you this information, I'm reading this to you because not only do it fit to the science of the art of eating well, but it's thinking and moving and living well. It's the same information that can apply, that is applicable to every facet of your state of existence. You see? And if they shall wish to learn it, let's back up. It says that to look upon his offspring in the same footing as my own brothers, and to teach them this art. And if they shall wish to learn it without fee, no Cash App, no PayPal, you don't need a check. You don't need a checkbook to get this proper information. All you got to do is to have the will. And God is going to give it to you. It's them groups and them people out there, them other people that want to pay, that going to suck your blood and have you pay for your, and only going to give you you only going to get 33 degrees of knowledge anyway. I don't know why you're paying for that. I don't know why anybody would want 30. I would never join nothing with only 33 degrees. What are you talking about? I can't get the whole 100? 33% of what? That's like the 5%ers. Well, I understood the 5%. Okay? But man, you talking about people. Listen, I need to go 33, 180, 360, okay? 720, and so forth. We need, and that's of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I just don't want 360 degrees of knowledge. After you obtain 360 degrees and beyond that of knowledge, you're supposed to be working in the wisdom sphere, in the understanding spheres, and working your way back to the knowledge spheres, and then building another universe. Because remember, it's infinite. We go on and you move on and on. So this must mean that my knowledge of myself have to go on and on. All right. I will impart a knowledge of the art to my own sons and those of my teachers. All right. This is the oath that you take to live in this life, to do, to pass on that or what you are. All right. This is what this is applying to. This is what we're reading here. This is the declaration of a true God and goddess. And if you don't think you're a god or a goddess, then I ask you to go find me one to believe in. And when you do, I will believe as you believe. And until then, let me teach. Let me cook. I'm showing and proving. I ain't bringing you no mystery stuff. You get that from the W man. He gonna teach you some mystical shit. He gonna keep you from being empowered. I'm empowering you. But yet you hate me and love him. Elijah Muhammad said you love the devil because he gives you nothing. Elijah said, and they love that man because he gives them nothing. I said, damn. I sat back and I looked, and he don't. He don't give y'all nothing, y'all. And y'all love that man. It's fun. It's one of the most. To me, you may think the 7 wonders of the world is phenomenal. Me, niggas loving white folks. That shit is beyond my imagination still. I can't see how is it done. I like, God damn, they with the power like that. They can castrate that motherfucker. And they're still, I done seen on TV where a cop killed a nigga, right? And the judge was black. And in the courtroom, the brother and the judge then came down and hugged the white lady. They didn't hug this. Oh my God. I said right then, I said, and because it's television, I said, I see what they doing. All right, I got them. I see. They think they slick. They trying to keep the black people cool and calm. You ever heard that song? Calm down. When the guys go up and take a phone from somebody and you look like you ready to kill them, and they just be like, and start dancing. Yeah, that's what they want the black people to do. We know we castrated you and feathered you. We know we didn't give you your 40 acres a mule, but just calm down, and start dancing, as you always do. Sammy Davis Jr. did it. He tapped dance. They tap dance their ass off through Hollywood for them crackers. Just to make them happy so they don't have to come down hard on y'all. Don't y'all know that if them niggas in Hollywood didn't perform as they did, that would have determined how much pressure, how many knees excuse me. I just get so serious about, like, man, this is some serious shit, y'all. Y'all got to dig this. It would have been more knees on people's necks had not they be able to do what they did to Angela Davis. If y'all niggas would have been all up in there like an ODB, it would have been drama out here on the earth. Because they got to control you. And they use them people to do it. You see how they got the black lady to go and take the vaccination so you can take the vaccination? They need somebody to get you to feel comfortable around these people and what you're doing. But if you get Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle's and me and Khalid Muhammad's up there in Hollywood, Red Man, Method Man, ODB, and them coming in there with their feet all up on the, you know what I mean? Like the girls, who them Kardashians went over Dubai. And the only reason why they got away with what they did, they'd have been like that black girl who went over there cussing. They locked her ass up. See, she thought she can go and do that same shit. But they locked that ass up. But the only reason why they didn't do the Kardashians for the simple fact that the magic that they affiliated with. So y'all don't know nothing about that. So they can go over there and act the fuck up. They can go over there and cut up. And then here you go, you black dummies. You think you can go over there and do what the white folks do. I keep telling you, you can't do what they do. You got to come home. You got to go home. You got to be your own. So I will impart a knowledge of the art to my own sons and those of my teachers and to disciples bound by a stipulation and oath according to the law of medicine, but to none others. I will follow that system of regimen, which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider the benefit of my patients and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will give no deadly medicine to anyone if asked, nor suggest any such counsel. This stands true for you warlocks, witches, gurus, sages, and teachers, and etc. Are we clear? And in like manner, I will not give to a woman a pessary, P-S-S-A-R-Y, to produce abortion. With purity and with holiness, I will pass my life and practice my art. I will not cut persons laboring under the stone, but will leave this to be done by men who are practitioners of this work. Into whatever houses I enter, I will go into them for the benefit of the sick. And this goes for you people who are spiritually healers too, people. This is just as applicable to that of the micro as it is to, applicable to the macro as it is to the micro. Okay? Again, I will go into them for the benefit of the sick and will abstain from every voluntary act of mischief and corruption. And further, from the seduction of females or males, of free men and slaves, whatever in connection with my profession, practice, or not in connection with it, I see or hear in the life of men, which ought not be spoken of abroad. I will not indulge as reckoning that all such should be kept secret. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life in the practice of the art respected by all men in all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. I think that's gonna conclude our reading for this Saturday session. We will be coming back next time we visit this material on Like Mind. We're going to be dealing with the chemistry and the alchemy. I'm sure you'll like that. That'll be juicy. This goes back with me. I have to pack this back up. Pack that up. I brought that out from my home. I took that out the bedroom and I said, well, let me pack that up and go into the office and share this valuable piece of information with you. So that what? So that you can see into it, take out of it what is suitable for you to become like me and Muhammad Ali. I know you thought I was white and I should be speaking good English and should have said Muhammad Ali and I, but I keep telling you, my ways aren't your ways. I put nothing before me, not even when talking. So don't try to trick me. That's just, to me, that's just another tool that I see how they utilize to keep you from worshiping and loving and respecting yourself. Yeah. They train you. Becky and I went to the store. Steven and I was playing basketball. Oh, you sound so nice. Is that supposed to, I mean, like, what do that mean? Why can't it be me and Steven? Why is it wrong English? Why is it improper English? Why? Because you are not important. Remember, they told you that the universe don't evolve around you. When that, if it wasn't no you, they couldn't even have a universe. Big dummies. Yeah, go ask your teacher to spell universe without you. She gonna be stupid for even making an attempt. But yet they want to tell you that it don't evolve around you. What are you talking about? Money don't grow on trees. But how do you have that? Where is it formulated from? Huh? Is it just blown out of the fresh air? Or do you go get plastic and rubber? No. You go take down a couple of those far distant branches and start multiplying. You see? And next thing you know, you got a branch there and a branch there and a branch there where you can go and extract your currency. Why is money called currency, people? Did you know currency was electrician terminology? How many people knew that? I never knew that currency was synonymous with that of money. Well, got a Y on the end. It's almost sound the same. Money, currency. Interesting. Something for you to ponder on. All right? Make sure you take care of yourself and that you do it on purpose, all right?